All right, hello and welcome again to How to Draw the Incredible Hulk Part 6. All right, so this is basically what we have up to this point. Let me go ahead and show you a full view of the image that I've been working on for the last few nights. There it is right there, Mr. Fix-It holding the Absorbing Man, okay? And so what we'll do tonight is etch in the face of the Absorbing Man. Whoops, whoa. Oh, let me see here. This tripod is a little bit unreliable. I gotta watch it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start etching in the Absorber Man's face. All right, I'm gonna go make sure that this camera is showing what I want you to see before I begin the process. There we go. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around like this. Okay, because his face is upside down. All right, so what I do is just draw the face, draw like a circle going around here. Just draw it and just pretend I'm drawing it um, like, like any other face. There we go. Okay, good. So make sure you see it. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and draw this line, send it down here. We'll make this circle a little wider. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and start etching in his jaw, chin, and everything. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Make sure this goes this way. Make his head a little bit bigger. Actually, I'll draw his eyes slanted to show that he's unconscious. He's knocked out unconscious. Kind of like that. Okay, we're going to draw his neck muscles in to show that his head is bent backwards. Etch in the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Just show a part of that. Okay. Drawing his mouth. We'll have it open. We'll have his mouth a little open, just like that. There we go. right. We're going to go focus more on the neck, make it more profound. There we go. We'll draw on his teeth a little bit. His teeth are always messed up, I noticed. There we go. You go erase that a little bit. Draw on his ears. And always draw that ear with a question mark like shape. His head more bigger. His head is generally depicted in a misshapen form, but I'm drawing it in a normal way. I'm not going to make him look deformed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make that neck more visible, as well as those neck muscles. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. We'll focus on the shirt later because the shirt is hanging up where Mr. Fix-It is, where Mr. Fix-It's hand is. So part of his hand will be hidden from that shirt, okay, which we'll draw in later. Now I'm going to go ahead and focus on the ball and chain that's connected to the chain. I'm a little displeased with how I had drawn the hook to the ball, so I'm going to go erase this whole thing right here. And I'm going to draw in a better holder for that chain. I'm going to go like with a rainbow type of shape. Like a parabola. I want to go like this. Make it nice and thick. There we go. Perfect. All right. Make this ball more spherical. There we go. Because 1/3 of it is hidden by Mr. Fix-It's right leg, so we're going to go ahead and go with what's given. I'll go ahead and thin down these lines a little bit. There we go. Let's see what it looks like so far. Oh. Perfect. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and etch in the links to the chain, all right? And it's a somewhat of a time-consuming process. Let me see if you can see it first. I'm going to adjust that camera. All right, so basically what I'm going to do in this situation, I'm going to try to erase everything in between those two parallel lines. okay, to make way for those chain links. There we go. Luckily for me, part of the chain is obscured by the observer man's left hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw like a series of rectangles, like that each one having a blunt corner, like that. Kind of like that. I'm just following these parallel lines because these parallel lines are basically the guide that's giving me the direction of where I want this chain to go in, and which direction that I want the chain to go in. Okay, there we go. And I kind of draw them close to each other, just like that. It's a series of rectangles. There we go. There we go. In the beginning, I used to have a bad habit of just making them, of drawing each link of the chain with a pointed corner, but it's best to draw with a rounded corner, with rounded corners, should I say. Kind of like that. We're finally reaching that ball. All right, so here we are. We're going to stop right here. Okay, so as far as we're going to go for this step. All right, I'm going to go and show you what we have drawn up to this point. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw in. Let me adjust this tripod so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm going to draw in the details for each link. Okay, this one here needs to be big, needs to be drawn a little bit bigger. There we go. We're going to erase these parallel lines that acted as a guide for the direction I wanted the chain in. So we don't need that anymore. Clean this up a little bit. Chains have a way of instilling interest in a drawing or a painting or any kind of image, but they're not always necessary. They were overused a lot in the early 90s with many characters. Some characters didn't need to have chains over their bodies. Just didn't make any sense why they would have them. But in this case, it makes sense because this character needs something to swing his ball around to cause destruction. That's for sure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Drawing like a little semicircle, like a thin circle within each link of the chain. Kind of like that. Clean this up a little bit inside. Okay, the hole doesn't have to be that big. Just a reasonable size. This is going behind his arm. There we go.